Welcome everyone to the Day of the Construction Worker, hosted by the National Association of Minority Contractors, or NAMC. I'm really excited to be a part of this event. I'm, of course, representing the Greater Houston Business Procurement Forum. The forum has been in existence for 29 years, bringing together major corporations, governmental agencies, city, state, federal, private sector, and those representatives that are looking forward to doing business in the minority and small business community, but sometimes finding it difficult to find capacity. Well, of course, that's what we're all about, is building capacity in the small and minority business communities. So we're really excited to partner with NAMC in that effort. The one thing that really intrigues me and excites me about the effort from NAMC is the way they get down, they get on the ground with a lot of our contractors and a lot of our major projects. Some of the projects I noted were Turner Construction at Bel Air High School, Northeast Water Purification Plant, that's Houston Waterworks Team JV, a number of projects at the University of Houston. I know Vaughn is working on the medical school, for instance. I noticed I did see Vaughn there. And of course, throughout the city, this is just while yes, we're in a pandemic, yes, there's some projects have been put on hold, but there's been a number of projects that are going forward. I think about the airport, the Houston airport system, major projects at the airport right now. We've got work at the medical center, Texas Medical Center, which is already the largest of its kind in the world, is expanding by over $5 billion with the TMC3 project. And of course, Houston itself is as diverse an economy as any. And I think the dollars are evident when you talk about construction. So we're very excited about this effort. You're going to be seeing now a video with NAMC. And again, the idea with NAMC and some of the works that we do jointly is to bring and build capacity, bringing opportunities, bringing people to the job sites where you can actually see the work that's being performed and how we as subcontractors, small business, minority contractors actually play a part on the ground in that effort. So with that, let's take a look at the video.
Good morning. Good morning. Buenos días. Perfecto. Soy Abel García, soy el director ejecutivo de NAMC, la Asociación de Trabajadores de Minoridad, Compañías de Minoridad. NAMC is the Association of Minority Contractors here in the Greater Houston area.
Well, I was privileged to get invited to participate with NAMC back in 2017. I got to meet some of the key people at the Christmas party later that year, and since then have been able to introduce contractors to this project and allow them to engage. We've got several of your members that are actively working out here, and then also for us to be able to demonstrate and talk about what the city is doing at NAMC events.
For allowing us to come on the premises. What a premises, what a big job. And Portia, of course, our representative from Turner that's with NAMC.
My role in NAMC is that I serve on the corporate members committee, and I help to advise and develop ideas that that we are putting together in order to propel minority businesses in Houston forward and help you all to grow and develop. NAMC has impacted construction sites and minority businesses through their consistent advocacy. They sincerely believe in building and developing minority businesses, and they do their best to connect minority businesses to larger general contractors so that they can have opportunities to do work on the sites.
So once again, it's an honor to be here because you are the one that's moving Houston ahead with the billions of dollars that are in construction. I want to thank Turner for leading the way as one of the major construction companies here in Houston. Proud to be here today with the new heroes of Houston. You, the men and women that work in construction, the men and women that come every day, in spite of the pandemic, to be able to work to continue to help Houston grow. And so we're honored to be here with you today. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to be here with you today.
So I feel it's safe coming to work. I ain't got no problem getting up in the morning, coming to work, because I know everybody doing the right thing to stay safe as one family.
The company that you work for in the construction industry, we understand and we appreciate you guys being out here and doing what you do, because without you, we wouldn't have what we have.
My name is Ricky Cortez and I'm the president of MCA Communications. So MCA Communications is a technology contractor. We do work throughout Texas. We install network cabling, audio, visual, and wireless solutions for schools, hospitals, and office buildings. As a minority business owner, I want to thank NAMC for supporting the construction workers during this pandemic. It's great to see them out in the field, giving thanks and appreciation and acknowledgement to the men and women working in the construction industry.
You know, I've noticed that in our company, none of the employees that have been working in the field have gotten sick. You know, and that I think it's because of the safety mindset that they already have. They've already, do everything. So adding that other layer of washing your hands and sanitizing and temperature checks and things like that, it's pretty easy to adapt to.
Here it is. We've been in construction for almost 3 years. We've got another 4.5, 5 years to go. And this plant will be providing water for 50 years to the city residents of Harris County and Fort Bend.
City of Houston is a minority-based city. Probably 70% of Houston is minority and 35% is white. And so we are all a tapestry of minorities. So that's a good thing that we begin to learn the industry better, the construction better, till we can step up and do the kind of jobs that we can do and we know how to do. We just need instruction, we just need opportunity, so we can be able to not just have a small company of 5 or 6, but we can expand so that they can take advantage of the bids that are coming forth. Wow, wasn't that a great film? Wasn't that a great piece of what happened in construction today? You know, we've got a lineup of phenomenal speakers to continue our program today. We've got folks in education, we've got folks in construction, obviously, and we've got folks that you know about and will hear about. So without any further ado, because we have a real exciting program, we're going to take it away.
Hey, well, thank you very much. My name is Ruben Mercado Jr. I'm the chairman of the National Association of Minority Contractors Houston chapter. I'm also the president of Ipsum General Contractors. We're a general contractor here in the Houston area, specializing in self-performing civil construction. My main function here at the organization for NAMC is to work with our board members and advocate for our members of the organization. Welcome to today's Day of the Construction Worker event. This is our 3rd annual event and our first virtual event. We are very proud to bring this to you in this crazy year that we have experienced with the pandemic, with the election, and with the construction booming. I am very happy to see that the construction industry is exploding here in the city of Houston and has brought many opportunities to our members. So I'd like for you to sit back, relax, and enjoy today's event.
Well, good afternoon. My name is Veronica Douglas, and I'm the manager of the Small Business Development Program at Houston Community College. I am really honored to support NAMC's Day of the Construction Worker. A little bit about HCC. HCC is an open admission public institution of higher education. We are one of the largest community colleges in the nation, and we have served the Houston area for over 4 decades. We deliver instruction to nearly 70,000 students each semester and more than 300 associate degree and certificate programs. Now, one of the great programs that we offer is actually construction management technology. This program is designed to develop qualified personnel for employment in the field of construction. If you're looking for growth in this area, you should really consider enrolling. A little bit about the Small Business Development Program. We would love you to stay in touch with us. we have a 35% overall small business goal. Now, in order for you to participate as one of the small businesses, you'll need to become certified by one of the 6 agencies that we recognize. Don't worry, NAMC is working to provide you assistance in working with us and the certification agencies to get that certification taken care of. So if you feel like you need help in certification, let myself know, as I am the proud co-chair of the Master Corporate Partners Committee, and I am more than happy to help you with that. One of the reasons we support NAMC is because they continue to provide resources and training to the minority contractors. So in closing, again, I would just like to say thank you to ABLE and to NAMC for allowing us to be part of this great event. If you're a NAMC member, take advantage of your membership and consider volunteering or supporting a committee. And if you're not a member, you are really missing out on some of the most exclusive member benefits in town. So join today and don't miss out. Again, thank you and congratulations, and enjoy Day of the Construction Worker.
Here that's played an important part. Roger, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your company, please?
Oh, thank you very much, Abel. It's a pleasure for me to be here today at the Day of the Construction Worker, this great, magnificent celebration. My name is Roger Pombro, and I'm president of Emerald Standard Services, Electrical Contractors and Engineers. We're a full-service design-build electrical contractor focused on working on institutional and public projects, as well as corporate, transportation, and healthcare and higher education. I'm also, been a contractor here in Houston for 18 years now, and I'm a proud NAMC member for the last 12 years. And since the last 3 years, I've been have the honor and the pleasure to be on the board. And as such, I'm currently executive vice chair of the NAMC Houston chapter, and I also have the privilege to serve on the education committee and lead that effort. That's been one of the most satisfying experiences for me the past few years, as we had made incredible strides in the realm of education and improving the preparation and the technical, the quality of our small and minority-owned and women-owned, contractors here in Houston. As head of the education committee chair, as head of the education committee, we've recently partnered with the University of Houston, with the Department of Historically Underutilized Business Operations, led by Dr. Linnell Clark. And we've come together to form what is called the University of Houston NAMC Construction Management Talent Pipeline Program. And under this program, Abel, we've put together what is our first ever class on fundamentals of construction management. We began this Saturday, and we had an incredible experience with 17 great contractors in Houston who are taking their skills to the next level and improve their construction management talents. They are incredible in their crafts, right? All of our contractors are incredible craftspeople, incredible. They know their trade better than anyone. They do, quality work, top of the line. But one of the things that we're doing is to assist them to grow, is to become better in construction management and learn the skills they need to be able to lead their businesses and grow it, with all the opportunities that this city, offers. So we're going to take all these, top quality tradespeople, and we're going to, the University of Houston College of Technology, Department of Construction Management, led by Dr. Ling Wang Song. He's brought his faculty to join us in this effort, and we've began classes on this incredible journey. And it's going to be, we already had the first class. We're going to have 3 more, and the interest has been off the charts. We have a long list. There's people, we couldn't take everybody, but the good news is that, once we finish this first class, we're more than likely going to have another one come the spring or the fall of 2021. So for all the NAMC members, if you couldn't make it, don't worry. Be on the lookout, because we'll be going out and asking for more members. And there will be future editions of this class, as well as advanced classes in construction management, we anticipate. Besides that, this is an addition able to, of course, our lunch and learns, right? That we're in our 4th year already of consecutive lunch and learns. We broke the barrier of 36. And the Lunch and Learns are a, once a month, simple, 1 hour, 2 hour, engagement around noontime, right? Because us contractors, we're extremely busy people. We're always, we work from very early in the morning to very late in the evening, and, Monday through Saturday and sometimes Sunday, okay? So the Lunch and Learn, everybody takes a lunch break, right? Even if it's in your truck, whatever. Well, the Lunch and Learn, and especially now that we've gone virtual, we used to hold them at the Houston Community College Southeast Campus. Shout out to Brenda Rios and out there with the Houston Community College Southeast Center for Entrepreneurship. They've been incredible hosts, but since we got virtual now, we're still partnering with them. But we're doing it virtually via Microsoft Teams or Zooms or these virtual platforms. So all of our busy contractors can take a few minutes, an hour of their busy day, right, and join us once a month to learn a snippet, a little bit of something about something they need to learn about, they need to know about. So we partner with major corporate partners, the large prime contractors, the large entities, and they bring a topic of interest: insurance, bonding, bidding and estimating, safety. We're going to have, next month, in November, we're going to have on the topic of compliance. Okay, very important topic. So certified payrolls, all that stuff that makes our life a little bit difficult, on the contracting side of things. So we bring that to you so that you, small, minority-owned, woman-owned contractor, know what you need to do to, stay in business, get more business, be profitable, and grow. So the Lunch and Learns, it's been something like I was told you once. It's the low-hanging fruit. Start with the easy. Well, we started that, and we kept going. Our fourth year of Lunch and Learns. Now we're partnering with the University of Houston, and we're bringing even better educational opportunities to our members. And I can tell you the best is yet to come. Get ready for 2021.
All right, Roger. Well, listen, thank you very much for what you do in the educational part and play a very important role. Thank you very much for that. Welcome once again to the NAMC Day of the Construction Worker 2020, the greatest event in construction this year. And it's a pleasure and an honor to share with you some of our sponsors, some of our major sponsors that are helping make this celebration possible. I have with us here today two gentlemen very important to their company, Greystone, and so I'm going to introduce them promptly, and I'll let them tell you a little bit about who they are. We have Trent and Mike, and Trent, we'll start with you.
Hi, my name is Trent Connor, and I'm with Greystar Development and Construction. We are a full-service multifamily real estate company that builds and develops apartment communities.
Thank you, Trent. Mike?
Hi, I'm Mike Gosden with Greystar Development Construction. I've been in the construction industry for 26 years, been with Greystar for 15 years. I'm currently responsible for the oversight of the construction of all the national projects across the U.S.
Trent and Mike, let me congratulate you, first of all. You fellows came and looked for us. You wanted to be involved with the minority community. You wanted to be involved with the diverse community. If I'm not mistaken, Trent, you said you're a native Houstonian. Boy, I wish I was a native Houstonian, but go ahead, please.
I am a native Houstonian, Abel, and I'm proud of it. There's not a whole lot of us in Houston these days, but it's been a great city for me, and I've enjoyed my entire career in Houston.
Wonderful. Tell us a little bit about what Greystar, the basic Greystar building that you're doing.
Yeah, so as Mike had mentioned, we build multifamily communities, apartment communities, all over Houston, but we're also all over Texas, Austin, Dallas, and then we're also all over the U.S. So we develop and build from Portland to San Diego to Colorado, Denver, all the way out to Boston, down to South Florida. So we also have a presence globally. So we're in Mexico, we're in the UK, we're also in the Netherlands as well, some other European countries along as well as China.
And am I correct in understanding that Mike does a little bit more on the construction side of the business? Is that right, Mike?
Yeah, well, when I started, Trent actually hired me. And we were both on the construction side, and Trent moved his way into the development world, I don't know,
2000.
10 years ago, maybe. But yes, he's primarily, I would say primarily, he's exclusively on the development side, and I'm exclusively on the construction side. But we're a vertically integrated company. We work very, very closely together. Okay. We're teammates as much as we are adversaries, as contractors and developers sometimes can be.
Well, thank you very much. Greystar is a great company, large company, and we're very proud and we're very honored that you all decided to join us. You're one of the two major sponsors, a title sponsor. The other title sponsor is the airport, so you're up there with the big boys, if you will, you being big boys. So I want to thank you for having joined us. I want to thank you for supporting us. Again, the greatest event in Houston construction this year, Day of the Construction Worker 2020. Day of the Construction Worker 2020. And so we're honored today to have one of our supporters here of Day of the Construction Worker, Cadence Bank. Cadence Bank helped us at the very beginning when we had Day of the Construction Worker last year. They helped us when we had a conference in February when we could still meet in person. And now they're here back again to help us with the event of the year, Day of the Construction Worker 2020. I have with me here today David Vasquez with Cadence Bank. David, can you tell us who you are, please?
Absolutely. Thank you, Abel. Well, my name is David Vasquez. I'm with the Community Development Officer with Cadence Bank, and I've been with Cadence about 5 years.
Okay. How many years have you been in banking, David?
Oh, Abel, it's going on about 15 years.
Wow. So he knows everything there is to know about banking when we go in. Tell me a little bit about how you help prepare somebody that comes in for a loan. How they have to have their tax records. They have to have everything in line so that they can be able to do a short-term loan, a line of credit, or all those things that you have. Can you tell us a little bit about the people that you have, or what you can help us with coaching?
Absolutely, Abel. That's one thing Cadence sets itself apart from a lot of the other bankers out there, is that we strategize and we think outside the box. So whatever stage you come in with your business, we will have the right banker for your situation.
Well, David, I know that you guys are community leaders because you support other community projects. And, of course, we're supporting Day of the Construction Worker. We're honoring men and women that can work because we're one of the industries that can work. And so any few words on that?
Absolutely. Abel, I want to thank NAMC and giving us this opportunity to be a part of NAMC and the Day of the Construction Worker. Cadence Bank definitely wants to give honor where honor is due, and to the essential worker of the construction worker.
Well, David, thank you very much. And, of course, we're excited about Day of the Construction Worker, 29th of October, the event of the year in construction. So come see us. Thank you. It gives me great pride, and it's a privilege to be able to introduce our keynote speaker of the day, an icon and a real master of construction in the city of Houston, the greater Houston area. It's a great privilege to be able to introduce to you today to Mr. Pat Kiley.
Thank you, Abel, and thanks to the Board of Directors and the members of NAMC for this great privilege to talk about our industry right now going through a little bit of a strain. We were very fortunate to start this year with the biggest projection for construction volume in my 40-year history. We had about 35 million projected to do. We may, with this pandemic, have seen about 10 to 15% of that go away, but we still have plenty of work. Fortunately, we were declared essential, and so we were able to keep companies alive, and we're going to be able to reap the future, which I'll talk about in a minute. But to put this in perspective, it is simply our turn people that are on duty right now to handle this and move forward. For the past 2.5 years, it's been my privilege to spend most of my time writing about the history of the construction industry from 1900 to the present. And when I said it's simply our turn, it has been the history of this industry to deal with major problems, to get through them, and to move forward. If you go back to 1901, when Spindletop was discovered, it began to unleash the explosion of construction to support the energy industry. We were not into it very long until there was the Spanish flu incident, followed immediately by World War I. And then they came out of that, the guys returned home and the ladies, and pretty soon we're into the major depression of all times. What is interesting is that contractors in that age, like you all in this age, had the guts and the grit and the determination to get through this and continue to build the industry. It is fascinating to me that the characteristics we all love in Houston, through thick and thin, we were a welcoming, melting pot for anybody here that came and wanted to work. And that has been our history since our founding as a city back in 1836. We have always welcomed people. Many of the early contractors were immigrants, and they found the ability here to start companies and go to work and raise families. The other thing is throughout the Depression, America celebrated. They never, ever let their spirits get down. It was some of the best music was written then, some of the great fashion, the speakeasies, all of these kinds of things that we yet today enjoy. So it's just now our turn to deal with the pandemic, keep our companies together, keep our people healthy, and get on to build the future. So I'm confident that we as an industry will step up to the challenge on our watch, and we will move forward into Houston's bright future. Real economists project that by 2045, our construction market has the potential to double. We will have about 10 million people. And everything we know that has made Houston in the past will be present in the future, and so will new things. While the energy industry is going through a transformation than they used to, both in Houston and at the wellhead, the size and the sophistication of the energy companies in Houston will find the future. Whatever that fuel is after fossil fuel, Houston will be right in the middle of it. The port will continue to be of absolute value to the industry, as it always has been. There will be every kind of construction trade will be there. And then certainly our international, globally followed medical center is going through another explosive phase to try to become the biopharma capital of the world. In addition to the traditional roles of the Texas Medical Center, patient care, medical education and research, we're now going to have these innovation labs, and we're going to have major biopharma research. This is going to bring to Houston an incredible amount of wonderfully educated people, global scientists that will look at the combination of devices and drugs and processes and procedures. And just as we've become one of the major centers for all types of patient care, particularly cardiovascular surgery, particularly pediatric care at Texas Children, cancer care at MD Anderson, we will be leaders in the new biopharma era as well. So we have got, if we're a $35 billion market now, We're heading at least to the 50 or 60 billion mark with a chance of being well over 100. And so let's do our job. It's our turn. Let's get through this pandemic. Let's play the leadership role we've always played as an industry to get back to work so people can get to work and then enjoy what's ours ahead. So let me say how honored I am to be talking to the NAMC members, because I have seen the competence and capacity of NAMC members grow. And I have seen them become most respected members of our Greater Houston construction community. They have earned the same kind of admiration that contractors who are now in their third and fourth generation have earned. Congratulations to every member. It's a bright future ahead.
Construction Worker 2020, the event of the year in construction. It gives me great pleasure to have Mr. Construction Publisher here with us today. They did a fantastic job of broadcasting statewide what we were doing. So it's a pleasure to have Mr. DeMars of Subcontractors USA and other publications here with you today. Mr. DeMars?
Thank you, Abe. How you doing today?
Fantastic. I'm with you.
It was definitely a pleasure for you to invite me today. You know, what we do, we always try to inspire, inform, and educate the people in the community and the state of what's happening in our community. And for what you guys was doing, NAMC Houston was amazing. And, you know, we didn't want to miss that opportunity to let the city and the state know what Houston NAMC was doing. You know, I've been a part of the NAMC family for a long time, been on the board, the foundation board as well, and I understand the importance of what you're doing and what the board is doing in the city. So thank you.
Well, I want to go ahead. Not only did he publish a great article and gave us a cover of the September Subcontractors USA, he also gave us a centerpiece. Can you imagine that? The centerpiece. And so he was not only with that, but he was kind enough to frame it for us. How much better does it get? He's helping us have a fantastic time. We're going to have a fantastic event on the 29th of October, the Day of the Construction Worker 2020. So it gives me great pleasure for us to hold this up together that he presented to us. Thank you very much, and please come join us, okay?
And also, I just want to, so when you have anybody else, any organizations or you know people that's doing stuff like this in our community to make it better, please give us a call at 713-373-5577.
There you go, the man that keeps on giving. Business here in the state of Texas, and actually national, that's called the Action Gypsum Supply Company. And so I'm going to let them tell us a little bit about that. They are the newest member in NAMC, corporate member, and also they are one of the major sponsors for the Day of the Construction Worker on October the 29th of this year. Come join us. Mr. Juarez.
Thank you very much, and thank you for letting us join your fine organization. It's a pleasure. It's Action Gypsum is a relatively new company. While we have been in the industry a long time, we started Action Gypsum in 2003 with a small warehouse, small office, and within 6 months we had doubled, and currently we have 17 organizations, the 17 centers. The last one we opened up just a couple of weeks ago in Victoria, and we are a member of a very large organization, a buy group called AD, and I'm a member of the board there, and we're also their largest member as far as the gypsum supply division. I think that we have a presence in the state of Texas, also in California, Arizona, and Colorado. We're very, very fortunate. My partner and I, Terry King, started in 2003, as I said. Unfortunately, she can't be here because she's ill, not with COVID-19, but kidney problems. But she'll be here soon. She's a hard worker. We are very, very pleased to be able to offer an opportunity to our own people to work. We have 482 as of last Monday, 482 employees, and they are mostly Hispanic. We have a combination of all, but mostly Hispanic, and we're very pleased with that. My son, Lennon, joined us soon after we opened up, and I'll let him tell you about the, where we are and it's his role over here.
Thank you. The daily duties that we do at Action Gypsum Supply is supply the contractor to do the work with drywall, metal studs, insulation, doors, and frames. Every store carries the same material in every market. And to show you the markets that we are in, we're starting in Texas. Corporate, and here in Houston, the biggest of them all, 60,000 square foot warehouse. Then we have South Houston, we have Victoria, we have Bryan College Station, Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, Fort Worth, Lubbock, and Amarillo. And in Denver, Colorado, and Phoenix, Arizona, and 4 in California, 2 in Southern California, and Carson and Chino, and 2 in Northern California, in Gilroy and Hayward.
One of the things that was interesting to me was that when I came here, as large of a company that you have a will call here that you can order from 1 to 1,000. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Well, will call is open at 6 to 5 every day. They can place an order, not even have to come in. It'll be ready for them waiting outside, so they can just come in, get loaded, and get back to work. So here in Houston is the biggest will call service that we have.
Tell us a little bit why it's advantageous to do business with Action. Tell us how you'll take the drywall and supplies all the way to the building, to the floor.
If you order your material, we'll take it to your job site, residential or commercial, and we'll put it inside the house, inside the apartment, or inside the commercial building on whatever floor you want. That's our specialty. That's why we separate from the competition, is our service.
Wonderful. Well, it's a pleasure here. We're going to go through their warehouse, through their showroom, and share with you what Action is about. It gives me great pleasure and us great pleasure, obviously with the Minority Contractors Association, to have a minority company that started from scratch, kind of like Microsoft in the garage, and now you're a huge company. That's wonderful. I commend you, and it's an honor to be here with you today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. To 5 every day. Place your orders and you can come pick them up, or we can deliver them.
Good morning. I am Luis Spinola. I'm president of Azteca Enterprises, Inc. I founded Azteca in 1989. We now have offices in Dallas, Fort Worth, and Houston. We provide building and civil construction services throughout various market sectors. The building division provides comprehensive construction services to local, state, and federal government agencies and private sector clientele at the regional, national, and international levels. Azteca provides pre-construction, design build, general contracting, construction management, program management, and self-performance work. We serve the aviation, transportation, and infrastructure industries, including city, county, federal, education, sports, hospitality, entertainment, and real estate development. Azteca is committed to elevating and involving MWE firms in all scopes and every project component at every tier level on all projects. Additionally, as a construction team, Azteca consistently seeks opportunities to advocate for Black, Hispanic, and women-owned contractors throughout the area through authentic capacity building work experiences for many emerging MWE firms. I would like to give you a short history of the Day of the Construction Worker event. 16 years ago, I got the idea of giving recognition and thanking the hardworking group of dedicated people that build all our projects, our cities, airports, roads and bridges, buildings and homes. At the same time, I wanted to reinforce safety programs at job sites and promote the training and education of our workforce. We have formed an alliance with OSHA to help us with this endeavor. Over the years, I have added family health and children's education programs to the Day of the Construction Worker event. Now, I want to personally thank the Houston Airport Systems, Mr. Mario Diaz and Ms. Rhonda Arnold, for their continued support of the NAMC and this event specifically. Now, I have the honor and privilege of introducing the main sponsor for this event for the last 3 years, the Houston Airport System. Representing them today, here is Mr. Robert Bob Barker. He is the Chief Development Officer of the Infrastructure Division for the Houston Airport System. Mr. Barker is responsible for the effective planning to guide the long-term capital development of Houston's 3 airports. He oversees the administration of planning, design, and construction contracts in support of Houston Airport System's long and short-term capital projects, analyzing operations and implementing best practice policies and procedures at the HAS. He's also responsible for the effective delivery of in-house and contracted maintenance services at Intercontinental, Hobby, and Ellington Airport. A retired U.S. Navy engineering officer and certified facility manager, Mr. Barker has over 20 years of international airport development, infrastructure, and asset management experience. His previous work assignments have included asset management leadership positions at DFW Airport and the Cincinnati Northern Kentucky Airport. He has worked in a variety of consulting engagements at the following airports: Los Angeles, Indianapolis, Atlanta, Northwest Florida Regional, and Phoenix. Here we want to welcome Mr. Bob Barker. Thank you.
On behalf of our Director of the Houston Airport System, we thank you for the opportunity to provide a few remarks to the National Association of Minority Contractors, Houston chapter. The Houston Airport System is proud of our long-term and continuing support and engagement with the association as a title sponsor. Since 1969, you have been a tireless voice for millions of minority construction trade workers. We strongly believe that our support of the National Association of Minority Contractors, Houston chapters, goals leads to improved opportunities for the local community to partner and engage in the many ongoing and future Houston Airport System business opportunities. Even before the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Houston Airport System took the initiative to improve the construction safety of our major capital projects and of the employees who are working on these projects. we initiated a unique partnership in the aviation industry with our local community colleges, known as the Houston Airport's Construction Education Collaborative, to provide occupational safety and health administration training and ultimately construction's trades training to all construction employees that are engaged in work on our major capital projects. Already implemented for our IAH International Terminal Redevelopment Program, 100% of construction employees, when they mobilize on a project, have either already completed requisite OSHA training or are afforded the opportunity to complete the OSHA training on the IAH Airport campus at no cost to the employee. A strong and vibrant construction safety program, while improving the health and well-being of each employee, is quite simply the right thing to do for both the individual employee and the business owner. In addition to our commitment to OSHA safety standards on the job site, since the onset of COVID-19, the Houston Airport System has implemented specific health safety measures to help protect employees. Our Houston Airport System employees are required, as an example, to wear protective face masks whenever safe social distancing guidelines cannot be met, and they receive body temperature scanning prior to entering city facilities on a daily basis. We require all contractor and consultant employees to follow their company's policies or the Centers for Disease and Control workplace guidelines, whichever is the more stringent requirement. The Houston Airport System maintains an extensive, ongoing capital program that invests in our airport's infrastructure to ensure our ability to safely meet current and future operational requirements and to exceed our customers' expectations in each of our facilities. We are projecting an investment of an estimated $2.5 billion in our current 5-year capital program. Our $1.3 billion investment in the IAH International Terminal Redevelopment Program to improve the customer experience and efficiency of our international facilities at Bush Intercontinental Airport is ongoing and anticipated to be completed in the 2024 to 2025 timeframe. Upcoming major business opportunities in addition to that program will likely include focused improvements on the city's domestic terminal at IAH, Terminal A. The domestic terminal redevelopment program will likely include a modernization of the facility and expansion in number of gates, as well as improvements to the terminal's departures and arrivals curbsides and surrounding roadway systems. Additional capital and business opportunities over the next 5 years at our 3 airports will include a myriad of airport airfield pavement rehabilitation projects, renewal of existing utility systems, and focused improvements in our terminal facilities at both William P. Hobby and George Bush Intercontinental Airports. The Houston Airport System routinely hosts, typically on a semi-annual basis, Industry Day outreach events to outline upcoming near-term opportunities to the business community. Our last Industry Day event was held virtually during August 2020, and our next event is tentatively scheduled for mid-January 2021. Information on upcoming events, as well as presentations from previous events, is provided on our website, www.flytohouston.com. In addition, you may notify our Office of Business Opportunity at any time to express interest in receiving an invitation to attend an upcoming outreach event. I mentioned earlier that our International Redevelopment Program at IAH is currently underway. You will likely be pleased to know that over $51 million has been paid to date to local minority business enterprises. Those numbers will continue to grow on this $1.3 billion program that will absolutely transform and modernize the Bush Intercontinental Airport and make the city of Houston even more attractive as an international destination. The minority representation on our projects is very strong, and we have mechanisms and verification checks in place to ensure that our goals are being met and exceeded. I can say without reservation that the success of Houston airports is directly impacted by the excellence we have seen from our minority construction workers and their companies who serve with us and are dedicated to excellence and high achievement. Thank you again for the opportunity to pledge our support and sponsorship of the National Association of Minority Contractors, the Houston chapter, and we are looking forward to our continued mutual successes. Thank you.
I'd also like to thank MCA Communications and its virtual support event team, because without that team, this effort could not be possible. You know, MCA has been in business now for 37 years, since 1983. It takes a lot of work to stay in business that long, but to continue offering a product and a service at its highest level, especially in this day and time in the pandemic, I think their service is extraordinary. So thank you so much, MCA Communications.
And again, Abel Garcia, the Executive Director of NAMC, the Greater Houston area. It gives me a great pleasure to be able to give some closing remarks. I'm using notes because there's so many people that I have to thank, and we have to thank in NAMC, that it requires a few notes. I'll be brief. First of all, MCA, which was the one that helped us do all of this wonderful work, was fantastic. They gave us technical work. They gave us technical folks. They were able to help us through where we now have like 20 webinars, and all our meetings are conducted on Teams. So thank you, NAMC. From NAMC, thanks you, MCA, Ricky Cortez, and his group at MCA. Obviously, Milton Thibodeau is a champion, and we couldn't have had anybody else better to open our segment than Milton Thibodeau. Thank you, Milton, for having supported us, for having helped us along the way. And then there's the Subcontractors USA. Mr. DeMars did a fantastic job for us in elevating us to new levels with his production and his magazine. So we want to thank you from the bottom of our heart. Our board, I am so proud to be a part of our board. They're phenomenal people, Ruben, and of course his team, our team of learned individuals, of qualified individuals. We have 4 women on our board, 6 African Americans, 6 Hispanics, a gentleman from the Middle East. It is as diverse as it gets, and I'm very proud to be a part of it. They've done a phenomenal job for us this year. Our committees, we have MCP committee, which our corporates are involved with. You heard, of course, our Turner representative in that committee. So you can see that we're flushed with talent. Our government committee, and then, of course, our advisory committee. What a wonderful committee. What very great people on there. Dana from Array. They've changed their name a couple of times. Dana Parker from Array. And then we have our friend Alex from Sandoval from Metro. And wonderful board people. We could not have done that without them. So listen, thank you very much for having been with us today. It's been an honor and a pleasure. We're overwhelmed with all the support that NAMC, the Greater Houston chapter, has received. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Goodbye.